Hey, welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode number 14. Today, we're going to talk about a big Cubs mail day that arrived yesterday, also an eBay pickup, and want to share some eBay tips for you after a conversation I had yesterday. Um, I had a big mail day come in yesterday, a large flat rate box, over 3,500 Cubs cards from Kansas City. So I'm going to be sending some Kansas City cards back his way. Included in that lot, Jerome Walton coin from 1990. I love this O-Pee-Chee. I love the image, Jose Vizcaíno, and I'm not sure who is the other who's the outfielder in this picture. It kind of looks like Doug DeCenzo, but I'm not sure. I'll have to take a look and see. But I thought that was a cool image. I don't have too many Leaf rated rookies of Mark Grace, so that was cool. An old top sticker. I love these. No name on it. Blank back. I think it's Mike Tyson. It might be Steve Dillard. This is probably from 81, 82, maybe 83. And then, of course, what junk wax without Ty Griffin and Earl Cunningham, a couple of my favorites. Speaking of Mr. Cunningham, yesterday I talked about on the Hobby Evolution an eBay item that had popped up that I was hoping to win. It was a Earl Cunningham item, and I was actually just doing a random search for Cubs on eBay. I came across a unique item. I think it was a Sean Bosky game used bat. And typically bats are not part of my collection. I've never really gone down the game used bat wormhole. So I thought it was pretty unique. You don't see, 90s and prior game used items come up for auction or on eBay too often. So checked it out. And then I wanted to see the seller's other items. And he had several dozens of other game used bats. Mitch Webster, Kevin Roberson, Pat Klein. And Pat Klein was a top prospect in the mid to late 90s. Thought that was pretty cool. The opening bid was like $16, $17. So I placed a low bid. I wasn't going to go too high on it, maybe $20. So I continued to look, and there it was, the holy grail of game used bats. Earl Cunningham, minor league game used bat. I couldn't believe it. I put in a max bid of $50 and then thought, I'll pay a lot more than 50 for this. So I put in a pretty high max bid. Fortunately, was able to get it at the opening bid price along with Pat Klein. So I think together it was $36, $37 plus $10 shipping. So that'll be really fun to have. In my collection, I messaged the seller right away after I saw these items, asked him if he had any more Cunningham items or any Ty Griffin items. He did. He said at this time he doesn't, but he's still going through a bunch of stuff, and he's been listing stuff throughout. So then after I won the items, reached back out, I was very intrigued by some of the items because there was a Peoria Chiefs game used jersey. There were some game used cleats, a lot of stuff that had, just recently been up for sale, up for bid by the seller. And I think it was an uncle maybe who recently passed away. He was a big collector from the Chicago suburbs. And the guy who's selling is, he kept a bunch of stuff and then he's selling the rest. So he's going to continue putting stuff up, and I'm going to keep watching, and hopefully a Ty Griffin item comes up because I search often for Ty Griffin. And typically the only thing that comes up are autographs and cards. So it'd be pretty cool to add a Ty Griffin piece of memorabilia if he has anything like that. So that was my fun on eBay yesterday and in my mail day, which puts me at pretty close to 475,000 Cubs baseball cards now, just under 475. I did make a purchase on the blowout forums of a flat rate box of Cubs. So that should add another 1,500, maybe 2,000 Cubs cards later this week. And then some trades will be trickling in too. So getting close to that 500,000 mark, and it's only August, which that was my goal for 2020 was 500,000 Cubs cards, and I should surpass it with just the regular trades, and then hopefully this fall I can finish off some trades that we were supposed to do in the spring, some big bulk trades that'll push me even further. So well on the way. Also yesterday, I had a DM conversation. I've actually had a couple this week with people asking questions about selling on eBay. The first question earlier this week was pretty generic. Just how do I sell on eBay? And that's really hard because everyone's different, and you know, it's a tough question because I don't know how well versed you are with eBay. So that's always a tough question to ask. And I do have some blogs under the hobby tips section at 1millioncubs.com that may help you out with that. The conversation I had yesterday actually kind of evolved into an eBay conversation. It started with I do have a shop on my website at 1millioncubs.com. Where I have sold a few items. I've actually did a little better than anticipated. So it's probably something that I will continue to add items that can be available. Some of the bulkier items that I don't necessarily want to sell on eBay, and maybe some other items that I think will have a better chance to sell at lower prices than what I would sell on eBay, but to my followers on Twitter and readers to the blog. So that's something I continue to dabble with, and that's how the question yesterday was posed: was have I had success with that? And the answer is yes. And I think with that, the items were sold at pretty steep discounts. Some of the unopened packs that I sold and still have for sale are at $5 shipped goods and services. So after I ship those, I'm basically breaking even, and I may actually lose a few pennies. I don't know, but it's basically kind of I don't want them, and if I don't make any money, that's fine. I know other collectors like some of these items, so it helps those followers and out with picking stuff up on the cheap. So if you're looking to make money, maybe not the way to go. Plus, it costs. I have a business plan on my website, so if you're not already set up with that, it's an added cost that may take any potential profits away from you. So it's just something that I already had that plan for my website set up. So it's kind of an added bonus that, hey, it's there, let's take advantage and use it. So from there, it evolved with a Sport Lots conversation, with which I'm high on Sport Lots, and I talked about in a previous episode the benefits of selling base on Sport Lots. And I think this particular person, what he had for sale isn't exactly what sells quickly on Sport Lots, meaning it's not new product within the first week of release, which that's what really leads to a bulk of Sport Lot sales, at least in my experience. He made a comment, and that's kind of what spurred today's topic. He made a comment about I don't think it's not worth it for me to sell on eBay, and that really struck me because I think eBay is a great platform for almost anybody. And no, they're not paying me to say that. I wish they were. That'd be great. But I think eBay is great for the beginner, the novice who has never sold on eBay before. You're cleaning out the garage, your attic, your basement. You find a bunch of stuff. I think eBay's a great place to sell those unwanted items where you may have never sold on eBay before. I think it's a great platform for that. Same with cards on the same. If you've never sold on eBay, it's a great place to sell because it has so many eyes, millions and millions and millions of eyeballs could potentially see your item, which opens up to a potential of big sales. However, pricing is everything. If you are connected to a certain card, and I'm looking around now I've got some Glaber Torres cards here. Um, if you're connected to a card and say you spent at a card show a year ago $5 for this card, um, and you value it at $7. The market may say this is only, and I've had this listed for a while, I think 750 in my eBay store. Um, if you have a value in mind that's above market value, chances are you're not going to have much success selling really anywhere, because pricing, I know some people don't like to hear it, but undercutting is kind of the key to move cards and to make sales. And I'm averaging 32 transactions per day selling on eBay. And that's because I have not put, an internal value on, most of my cards. Some of these cards, like Glaber Torres, for me is a bad example because I do have kind of a, I had hoarded Glaber Torres just because he was a Cubs prospect. And I thought, being in the Yankees market, he has big potential to be a breakout. We haven't really seen it as far as, with Juan Soto and Ronald Acuna effect with Glaber yet. But I think at one point we will, and that's why I have these cards priced where they are. They're at competitive prices, because this small stack of, I don't know, there's maybe 20 cards left. This small stack was at one time a very large stack. And I've sold a lot of them because I had them priced competitively. But I didn't place a value. I have to get $5 for this card, where every other card on the market may be $5 or $4, where you're not as competitive. And if you're a newer seller, you may not capture, if it's priced competitively at $5 with everybody else. Everybody else may have more eyeballs because they have more followers looking at their eBay listings. They have more repeat customers coming back and saying, hey, that's a good deal. So when you're a beginner, I think it's important to not only price cards or items competitively, but to undercut as well. In a lot of my cards, I have the volume and the inventory to do this, where I don't have to place a value that may not be at market value or may be market value, because I just want to get rid of a lot of the stuff. 2020 for me was the year of the purge. And so a lot of stuff I sell 99 cents free shipping, where the margins are super tight, where I may only make on one 99-cent sale, my profit may be 15 cents. But the idea is to capture volume, kind of the Walmart method, where my plan is to, I may make 75 single 99-cent sales at 15-cent net profit, but I'm going to make 25 sales of people who not only buy one 99-cent card, but they'll buy a $5 card, and they'll fill up their cart with maybe 10 cards, and that, one 99-cent sale triggered a $20 sale, and that makes up for that 15-cent margin, where that $20 transaction is now a net of, say $15, $16. So that's the idea behind the 99-cent free shipping, and trying to capture a larger audience with more volume in my eBay store. They'll come back, they'll see that 99-cent Austin Meadows card, they'll want the Glaber for $4. They'll want a Trevor Story rookie for $6 or $7. So kind of triggers the the multiple pickups by buyers. So long story short, I think eBay is a great platform for any seller. Obviously, there are some special instances where, if you've already developed a large following, breakers. I've never broke. Is that the proper term? I've never been a breaker myself, but just watching other, Hobby Hotline and about the cards and following breakers, I think it's a great place to start. eBay, I don't have the knowledge to really tell you, but I have heard some say that once you develop a following, it's not good to stay on eBay as a breaker. It's a great place to start, build your audience, but take it off the platform eventually. Um, and I think that can be said for, a lot of people, but I think eBay is always going to be there because of the potential eyeballs. And I like eBay as a CRM, because everything is there. And, you know, I get ADD and I'll go weeks without checking my email. And all of a sudden I've got, 3 or 4 trade back, like, hey, do you want to do this trade? It's because I like having one place. Twitter is the best place. And for my sales, eBay is the best place. And when I start going from, okay, this order came through my Twitter, this is on Facebook, this is on eBay, and then all of a sudden you're playing a juggling act. So I think everybody's different. And for me, just sticking to eBay is best for me. Um, and no, you have to know yourself. So it's really a hard question to answer, because you really have to know, what you're going to sell, what you're willing to sell items for. Pricing is key. And, do you have the volume? And it goes to like the eBay store. I wrote an article on the benefits of opening an eBay store. If you only have 1,000 cards total in your collection looking to sell, a premium store at $60 per month, probably not going to be your best, because you get those. At one time it was 1,000. Now they've raised it, but your 1,000 free listings. And if you're not going to add you're not going to continue adding new inventory, it's not going to be worth it. So if you have questions, this is something that it's hard to answer in just one foul swoop, one umbrella, because everybody is different. Everybody's collection is different. Everybody's inventory is different. Everybody's thoughts on pricing is different. So if you do have any questions, let me know. Reach out. Twitter is the best form. I'll get back much quicker via Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, you can drop me an email, 1millioncubsproject@gmail.com. And of course, visit 1millioncubs.com. I do have a hobby tips section on the homepage where I'll go over some of these things like eBay and eBay stores, sport lots, etc. So that's going to wrap things up for Hobby Evolution, episode 14. A little delayed. My microphone, I was 5 minutes in and my microphone was muted, so I had to start over. So I apologize for that. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow with another topic and hopefully more Cubs mail days. Thanks for watching.